Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky.
Good morning.
I'm Gemma.
I'm Jason.
And we are living lucky. I hope you are too. Control. Oh.
Gotta have it. Gotta have it.
Not talking about the Janet Jackson song. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, like 1996
Control.
or 86, somewhere in there.
It's Janet if you're nasty. Wasn't that part of the song?
That might have been that song.
We're talking about control. I was reading a blog post this morning by Rich Litvin, and he is taking lessons to be a race car driver. Oh. That would be a fun kind of lesson to take, right?
Yeah, I'll take it. Go around in circles. I feel like I did that for a while.
He says that his instructor is constantly saying, in order to drive fast, you have to loosen your grip. Loosen your grip.
Let the car do the work.
And it made me start thinking about just my life and how sometimes I want to control everything, and I have kind of a tight grip on lots of things, including folding the laundry. I'm like, no. I'll do it myself.
It's gotta be folded
I'll do it
this way.
myself because I like the way I fold the best. And therefore...
I'm a loose folder.
Yeah. Jason's a loose folder, and I like it to be nice and tidy.
You have like a very military folding style.
I do. Because I like to go into my closet and I like to see the organization that makes my mind calm.
And if I have a shirt with a logo, I want to see the whole logo so I know exactly what I'm going to be putting on. But yours is very like...
No, I don't fold...
Completely...
Yeah, you fold like they do in the stores. I start and fold from the middle.
Yours is very... geometrical.
Yes.
Mine is very...
That's how my brain works.
Yeah.
Jason's more like, no, let's just kind of
I flip it out.
You does.
Flip the shoulders in.
You
do.
do. You have like a flipping method.
I'm quick and through, and yours is very geometrical.
Yeah, no. You gotta lay it flat. You gotta make sure there's no little
wrinkles,
bubbles.
Make sure make sure the collar lines up perfectly, and then make sure the sleeves line up perfectly.
See how we're trying to control the conversation right now. We're trying to control who's right.
But I see where Rich is talking about, and where if you want to go faster, if you want to win the race, you let go a little bit of control.
Yeah.
Because. So I fold the laundry, and then I let it sit in the magic bin, the one that puts everything in the closet.
Yeah, it's magic. I'm the magic. I'm the magic.
And then it refolds itself.
That's the fairy. The fairy refolds
geometrically.
I'm the fairy.
And that takes extra time.
Okay, so here's my thing. Sheila says Jana would have a meltdown if she came to my house. Oh. Well, I won't go in your closets. How about we make that deal? Here's the thing, is there's not enough time to do everything yourself. There's just not enough time. We have to leverage our time. Would we all agree on that? Leveraging our time is maybe a key
Yeah, we all
secret.
have the same amount of time.
We don't have to leverage our time, but if we want to get...
That's what we should take control of.
Is leveraging our time?
Just our time, like our time. Right?
Yeah. Oh, that's a really... He just flipped it on me. Do you see how he did that? Because what I was going to say is sometimes I try to delegate things, and then I have the thought, it's just easier if I do it myself. It's just easier because if I delegate, first of all, there's that whole conversation of trying to articulate what I want to say. And sometimes I don't know how to articulate it. It's just easier for me to do it. Secondly, once I do delegate things, it's never done the way I want them to. And so therefore I end up redoing it. So that comes back on me, right? Mm-hmm. And then I have the thought, oh, well, I'll just have to settle. If I let go of control, then I just have to lower my standards and settle for the way things are, which I need to challenge myself, because the minute I say, oh, I'm settling, then it doesn't feel like I am honoring my soul or my integrity. It doesn't feel in line with my expectations.
Of extraordinary.
It feels like I'm letting myself down. So there's several. I know it's a little deep this morning. Hey, Stacy, how are you this morning? Good morning, Christine. Good morning. Let me get up here. Julyn is here. Patrick is here. We've got the positive vibe tribe. Where's BJ? Oh.
Well, it is. She's in California, so that's
true.
that
She
is
may have slipped in
3 hours behind us. So the future's looking bright, BJ.
At any rate, are you a person that needs control? Is that you? Are you like me?
And this kind of makes me think of babies for some reason, because
Really?
a lot of things that I think of during the day is what did I need when I was a baby? A lot of the needs and things like that. So babies don't need control. In fact, they're just in control of themselves. And sometimes it looks like they're completely not in control of themselves.
They're the ones that make everything out of control.
But
We're getting ready to spend Christmas with my sister's babies.
But then the parent comes in and grabs the baby, carries it everywhere, tells it when it's gonna, lets it eat when it's gonna eat. So a lot of things out of the baby's control.
Yeah.
And things, they grow up.
Okay.
And then they want control. So where does the desire for taking control and wanting control come in?
Well, I don't know the answer to that, and I don't know where you're going with that. But I do know that there's only 3 things that we can control in this world. It's our perceptions, our decisions, and our actions. Our. The key word there is our. So I don't know the answer to what you were asking, but I think it's important that we focus on ourselves. It always starts with us,
I know,
right?
when I want control over things, a lot of times the reason I want control is because I think it's going to influence the way other people react. And the way the outside
He's tired
world
of
is
being
gonna
controlled.
respond.
That's what he just said. He just said in so many words, I'm tired of being controlled. And I'm his wife sitting right next to him going, I confess that I always need to control
it's
everything.
like driving. Like I like to drive. I want to be in control of the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Because I think it's going to influence not the way other people drive around me,
What kind of?
but I think that I'm going to be able to respond better. Like I feel
Jason?
safer in that.
When Jason is the passenger and I'm driving,
Freak out.
he's like, oh, ah. You hear all these like noises coming out of him, and I'm like, calm
It's like,
down.
do we need to go straight to the hospital for you, Jason, or what?
I am the best driver. I
Right.
am the best
You've
driver.
had way less accidents than I have.
But you have to be in control. So maybe, I don't
Maybe
know.
I need some
We're
therapy around
reflections
that.
of each other. So what would happen if you're not in control? What do you feel?
Well, so the last couple times I've gone to the airport, I've taken Uber.
Mm-hmm.
I've made it. I've been fine. I've been stressed in the situation.
We've had Uber rides in the past year where, remember that Uber ride in Minnesota?
Yeah,
The guy
like
was
2.5 hours
listening to
each
some
way.
really bizarre music, and we were just sitting in the back going,
And then
I don't know about this.
wrong turns, all kind of like.
We were
But you know what?
on dirt roads. Like when you're on a dirt road with an Uber driver, you think,
I've seen a movie
"Wait
about
minute,
that, House in the Woods."
He's about to pull over. we need to be aware here. Oh my gosh. Okay, so my question to you, Kim Coleman, good morning. Thank you for joining us. With the holidays coming up, are you the person that's like, oh, I feel like I need control? Are you kind of feeling a little bit uneasy inside because you want more control? Is that you?
And is that a stress factor? Because you know that when holidays come up and a lot more people get in your sphere, that control goes down.
Okay, so Christine Cordy says her husband is the same way on driving. He doesn't want me to drive. Uber is a trip. Been there. Yeah, so Christine is totally on board with what we're saying. Well, here's the thing. When Jason drives, I feel out of control sometimes because, you know, the GPS will say, go this way, you know, and you can hear, turn right in 1/2 mile. And like the GPS tells us where we're going, right? Then all of a sudden, Jason just decides to go rogue. He's like, you know what? I'm going to
know
stop
where I'm
and go
going.
get gas. I'm going to stop and go to the bathroom or whatever. But he doesn't tell me. He doesn't communicate that with me. He just decides in his head, and then he starts driving to where he's going. And all of a sudden, I hear GPS woman say, recalculate, and that makes me feel out of control.
Why
Like,
is
where
my
are we
husband-
going?
My husband Uber driver taking me down a dirt road.
I don't know why we're going. You just missed your turn. Well, you haven't told me where we're going, and that feels that makes me uneasy.
We like to know where we're going in this household, especially since we made the decision to live an extraordinary life and know where we're headed.
I guess it all comes down to communication. That's really what we're talking about. Jeff Frint is here. Good morning, Jeff. I hope you have a beautiful day, because that's what we're going to have.
You darn tootin'.
And sometimes maybe we do need to loosen our grip a little bit, and we need to make the decision instead of settling for delegating things, and maybe it's not up to our standards. Instead of settling, let's call it, you know what, I've chosen this route because my time is more valuable and will serve in other areas.
Taking control of my time.
Yes. What is it that I need to be spending my time doing? And yesterday I spent like 3 hours scrubbing toilets.
Thank you.
I know.
I
I
noticed.
had to say it out loud because I didn't know if you noticed.
I did.
I was like
I used,
in it.
I used every toilet yesterday.
Thank you for that. We have 5 toilets in our house, so I make Jason go on a little tour, a toilet tour. I'm like, yeah, you haven't used the upstairs toilet in a while.
We call it the toilet run, which is better than the runs to the toilet.
Oh, semantics. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye-bye. If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.